Walk, 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 episode 10. I'm going to try and get into a bit of woodland that it says private mountain biking. Now obviously I'm not going there to do any mountain biking. I'm hoping you can hear me. I have got a microphone on. It's had a bit of feedback on the channel from a chap called Mike. He says the picture quality is good, content's good, but possibly audio. Now obviously I am just using a phone, so I dug out my old microphone, but the only place I can actually attach it is my beard, because if I put it onto my t-shirt down here, my beard rustles against it, and it kind of sounds like a troll scratching his balls, which, you know, that's not good for anybody. You don't want to be listening to that. It's just not all that appealing noise wise. So let me know if the sound quality is any better with this device. Beard mic, I'm going to call it. Tried it on the top of my hat, but because the sound is going that way instead of going up per se, it didn't really catch it any better than what it was without it. So the microphone on the camera was actually doing a better job at capturing the sound. So yeah, just let me know if you do think it's any better than previous videos. If it is, then beard mic will stay, and if not, then you know, that's that, isn't it? I need to check if it's on. It's on, and we've got a green light on the device that just plugs into that end of the phone. It's pretty cheap. Like I say, I've had it a while. I use it for my other channel, which is Fermented World, where I just brew beer, cider, mead, wine, anything that you can ferment. Fermented World has probably had a go at it. I actually once fermented a can of Dr. Pepper. It tasted like Dr. Pepper, but it wasn't all that nice. Once you fermented all of the sugars out of Dr. Pepper, it doesn't actually taste all that great. But anywho, we're going up the normal Hill of Justice, which the kids call the Forever Hill. Got my backpack on. It's a bit heavier today because I've bought some stuff to do a bit of bushcraft with the hobo stove, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to do it because I'm a little bit late out the door. Now I've got no obligations today other than to go back and cook dinner, but it's yeah, I might not have time to do it, and if I don't, then it'll probably have to be next time. I've got the gear to do it, but I'm not quite sure on what we're going to find in the location as well. So I've never been there. I've gone past it hundreds of times, so I'm not even sure if there's actually any access to that land, but we are going to try and get in one way or another. And if we get booted off, we get booted off. You know, that's just life, isn't it? Not going to be hurting anyone. We're not going to be damaging anything, and any mess that is there, we always take away with us. So yeah, we'll see. Today is going to be a curry, which is by a method by somebody on Instagram called Sobia's Spice. I'll put a name up in the captions here, and you can go check her out. And it says cooking curry wrong, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. So I watched this video, and it shows you how to make this masala kind of sauce to start cooking your chicken in. You know, like sort of a marinade, I suppose, which then when you add the tomatoes loosens up and then goes into whatever sauce is created. So I've got all the stuff to try that out. It's just like, you know, stuff that you've got in your cupboard. The only two things I had to buy was mustard seeds and what's it called? Fenugreek. Is it fenugreek? Yeah, I had to buy some of that to make this I can't remember the name of it now. Masar. It's just a blend of spices and stuff like that, which I think is kind of like a base for a lot of different cuisines and things like that, or maybe like more the curry style of things. Right, I've just got to the top of that hill and I've been waffling the whole way up it, so I absolutely killed me. Again, this one's not really that far away, but anyway, we're going to see if we can get in. And I'll bring you back in a sec because I need a drink of water. So yeah, I've had a drink now, feeling a little bit better. Not sure this flipping thing's on right, but looks like I'm going to lose it, doesn't it? What do you think, guys? Is it any better? Because I'll walk around with this on, I don't give a toss, you know that. I am not bothered at all. Never really have been. I just get on with it. I wear what's comfortable. Not really too bothered about anything else. A lot of the stuff that I've got is really old, gifted. Obviously, you know, it's nice to have new stuff, new shiny stuff, but you really don't need it. All you need is something really, really simple to cook your food on. I was watching a video by, oh gosh, people's YouTube names escape me. I will tag him in though. Oh gosh, Novice Wild Camper, or Wild Camping Novice. Might have been that way around, I'm not quite sure. He was reviewing some kit by a company that make really lightweight kind of things, and he literally just whipped this titanium shield thing out and started flipping boiling water on it. It looked pretty decent. It's pretty much the same setup or concept as the Trangia that I use, but it's ever so slightly different, and the weight difference is phenomenal. So I googled it last night quickly, but I'd had a couple of beers, so I don't actually remember what mine weighs, but I will put it below. Motorbike. So yeah, back to what I was talking about. Sorry, my mind just flakes off sometimes. But yeah, so it's gonna be the one that he was reviewing, weighed about 166 grams. Now, off the top of my head, I think mine weighed about 800 and something, my Trangia, versus what he uses. Now, if you are backpacking, that is going to be a mighty big difference. For what I do locally, it's not really necessary. I mean, it'd be nice, but it doesn't come with as many utensils and stuff like that. So it only comes with like a small amount of things, but you could make other things work with it, so to speak. If you've already got some sort of camping cookery stuff, you could make it work with it, definitely. Okay, another good thing about this is, you know, having a chat with people while you're out, just speaking to a lady there, you know, and it's just that sense of community, just being able to talk to people. These days, everybody's too busy staring at the phones to actually communicate with people while they're out and about. Like me, I will talk to absolutely anybody. I do not care. I was asking her whether there's any access routes to the place where we're actually going to go. Now, she didn't want to be on the video, and I respect that, so I'm going to make sure that you can't see her. I am currently blocking her out of the way, her and her dog. So yeah, we're heading over in this direction, over there, nope, over there, that way. And we're just going to try and get in there, see what we can see. Now, there was a picture of like some sort of cave there, which is another reason why it intrigued me, because I think cooking inside a little cave would be absolutely dapper, you know. But anywho, we're going to press on, and I'll bring you back when we're a bit closer. So I've not been down here for absolute ages. There's a cemetery at the end. It's got a really steep hill in it, and so you used to bomb down it and then pray that your brakes were working when you came towards the end. I mean, it's a nice day. We've had a bit of rain this morning. I was hoping to bring the tarp, but there's no need for it. If we do get any rain, it's literally going to be a very, very small sprinkle. So as I keep saying, I want to know whether this microphone's actually any good, whether it works, whether you can hear me any better or what. So please do let me know in the comments if you want me to carry on looking like a a right bell end with a flipping microphone attached to my beard. It's the only place I could put it. But yeah, hopefully it does give you guys better audio from when I'm stood a little bit further away from the camera on certain points. Now, I did go back and watched the video where I tried to set the tarp up, like the little side quest thing that I did, and double checking that I was going to be able to set it up. And on that, as I was walking away from the video with my back to the phone, the sound did kind of drop off a little bit, which, you know, it isn't exactly what we wanted, is it? So, right, we're nearing where I want to be anyway. So let's go into stealth mode and try and get in there quietly, because we don't want to, if there's anyone there, we don't want to disturb them and get told off. I mean, I'm not too bothered about a confrontation. If someone wants to say you can't do this and you can't do that, it's fine. It is labelled as private land, so we shall see if we can get in. So we've got the cemetery on my left here. I'm just going to go down a little bit further to where the boundary of the cemetery is, and then we're going to go a little bit further than that too, and with a bit of luck end up in the woodlands that I want to go into. So what's that there? That's still the cemetery. I mean, just look at this. Just look at this. This is magic. Okay, that looks like we're reaching the boundaries now of the Doofa cemetery. So we need to look for a little way in, which I may have just found. But there doesn't seem to be a track leading in. So let's go a bit further down. We might have to come back to that spot if there's nothing further down. I mean, I could just pitch up here in this corner of this field and no one would even know I'm here. Ah, here we go. This looks a bit better. Oh gosh. Yeah, man. Check this out. Little starting ramp. That's well cool. Got a little berm here. Wow. We're in. Got some dugouts where they've been digging. Doesn't look like it's been ridden for a while. Oh, definitely been people here because there's cans of rubbish and shite about. Now, I don't know which direction to go in, so I'm going to go this way, although that way does look pretty cool. Now let's go this way, see what we can find, or can't find, as the case may be. May even end up coming back up this way. Oh wow, look at this berm, dude. Yeah, this is some proper downhill mountain biking tracks. It's pretty steep. If I go down, am I going to be able to get back up? Let's go back, because I don't want to get stuck down the bottom and not be able to get back up. So I'm assuming there's a couple of tracks around here. Again, I'm probably not supposed to be here, but, and this is a big but, I'm not going to be causing anyone any grief. I'm not going to be making a fire or anything like that. I'm literally just looking for this little cave. And again, if we get told off, we get told off. It's as simple as that, isn't it? You know, someone obviously owns the land, and you wouldn't want people wandering around on your land, would you, unchecked? There's loads of little nooks and crannies and stuff. Looks like it's recently been cleared around here. Oh, you can actually get straight into this by coming over from the graveyard there. So there's no fence up. Might have to go down that bit then. But how did they get back up to the top to go down on the starting ramp? I'm hoping that dog is just in somebody's garden. Because I will defend myself if necessary. Let's have a look. There was a track leading down this way actually. I do apologise, it's just me wandering around a random forest now. Just trying to get down to the bottom safely. Because I'm right on the top of a hill here. I mean, this place looks pretty sweet, to be honest. I do mountain biking myself. Well, I used to. I don't so much anymore. I'd rather go for a walk these days, as you can see. Well, there's a tent there, which normally means go away. Yeah, there's a couple of tents down there, so we're not going to go and investigate in there. Definitely not. Not tarps, actual tents. Now it could just be there to hold some storage, but it could also be there to someone could be staying there, you know, just a bit of woodland that anyone could get into. But we don't want to bother anyone, so I think we're going to go down the way that I didn't want to go down. So wish me luck. Oh shit, everywhere's really dry. And that is a massive jump there. Oh shit. Bloody hell. Couple of steps kind of dug in there. Oh. No, it doesn't show you how steep that is, but that there where the sandbags is a drop off. And it's currently sat, if I go down a little bit more, that's about head height. It's a big drop off into this deep slope coming down here. Probably going to struggle to get back up here, but I'm sure we'll find a way. Now there is a bit of a heightened anxiety at the moment because of seeing the tents. I mean, I'm not bothered, like I say. I can have a conversation with someone if I'm not supposed to be here. There's the cave. Okay. Now, I don't think I'm going to share the location of this place because it is labelled as private, but there's lots of downhill runs around here. But again, a lot of it's really overgrown. Doesn't look like it's been used in a long time. Although up the top, it did look like there'd been some things cleared out. I wouldn't say recently, but you know, cleared all the same. I mean, there is a massive drop off here. And look at that. That's not actually going anywhere either. Or is it to land over there? This place is huge. I mean, it looks well built, to be honest. But this is where we're heading. Into here. Oh yes. This is where we're cooking today. This is where we are cooking. Bit of graffiti. Or what? And it's not the most majestic view, but this will be us for an hour or so. Now, I did see someone in their garden over in that direction. I'm hoping we didn't get spotted coming in, but we're not going to be any trouble. We're not going to cause any trouble. Not going to cause anyone any bother. So let's get set up. It's got some graffiti and tags. People have carved their name into it. Now it's sandstone, which is why it's really, really easy to carve into. I'm not saying it would have been extremely easy, but it's easier than carving through like other stone and stuff like that. So yeah, this is what I saw online, and this is it. Pretty much, I found it. We're cooking in a cave. Anyway, we're here. It's really humid here. You can buzz off. That's what you can do. Don't be coming at me, bro. Mate, I will spray your ass. I will not hesitate to spray you. But anywho, before I start with the spraying, I want to show you this. It's not a review. I'm just showing you a bit of kit that I've got, which is going to help me a lot. What it does is it's meant to repel mosquitoes. Now, mozzies absolutely love me. And when they bite me, I am itching for days. Antihistamine cream makes no bloody difference. And with this, all you do is you slot one of these little pads. You can use two if you want a bigger area, but there's no wind here. So you switch it on and you just click on the one, like so, and then that's going to heat this pad up behind it and emit some sort of like, what do you call it, a zone where no mosquitoes are going to come and get me, apparently. So we're going to whack that on. I've got a spare one just in case, but we'll see how that goes. I'm just going to pop that beside me, and hopefully it emits something that's going to save me. So we need to cook the rice first, so on with that, and we're going to go into cook mode very shortly, but let's get some water in here. Now, obviously, going onto land that doesn't belong to you is not without its issues, because obviously I could get into trouble for being here, but it doesn't look like it's been used for a long time. It said that the whatever was here was closed, so yeah, we'll just chill in here for a bit. And do let me know, is this microphone working? Does it actually work any better than not having it? I must know your opinions. So I'm going to let this water heat up, and once it's boiling, we shall be back and we shall see what is occurring. So what I hadn't noticed before with this is it gives off this vapor. Now I never saw that when I was using it indoors, but out here it's creating this like atmosphere. Now I haven't put any bug spray on. It's mainly mosquitoes that it says that it repels. I haven't put any on for this reason, because I wanted to test this properly. It's something, like I say, I bought for myself, paid £30 off Amazon, then sent the Amazon one back because I got it cheaper on Temu, or Temu, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it'd be good when we go camping during these holidays. It's also a flashlight, and which is pretty bright actually. It's also a power bank. I've used it as a power bank to charge my watch, and it worked pretty good. You know, it was on full, and I think I managed to charge my watch and my phone, and it was down to 1 bar. I'm not sure, it should tell you what milliamp it is. No, it doesn't. It's probably 9,000 milliamp battery, because it's called an MR 9000. So yeah, there's no branding, so to speak, but yeah, seems to be doing the job. Not seeing any mozzies yet. I did have a wasp come near me, but I seem to be plagued by wasps no matter where I go. But yeah, the rice is boiling. Let me show you around. So just in case this video gets cut short, we might be in a bit of trouble here. I can hear what sounds like a motorbike, like moving through the woods. It's not like a, what you'd say, a high-powered, loud motorbike. It's more like one of them BMW motorbikes that maybe like the police use. Got that soft hum, like a instead of a kind of flipping noise. Sorry for the shit sound effects. The curry's nearly ready, but I've then heard people whistling to each other, and I'm like, are they closing in on me? Like I said, I'm quite happy to move on if needs be. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. I'm always going to be doing stuff like this. Not going to be affecting the land at all. It's a nice spot, you know, because it's private land. I'm not going to share it. It is closed, but there's no fences, so could argue that, you know, it's not
sectioned off. I mean, granted, it just walks straight through. No problem. But anywho, I'm getting hungry. And this has taken quite a long time. I've gathered a couple of sticks to hopefully do the bushcraft thing that I was going to do. But we're going to eat first because I'm hungry. The noise of the motorbike has gone. It'd gone before I'd picked the phone up. And the whistling seems to have stopped as well. But, you know, maybe they were scouting around up the top there. Who knows? It could very well have been from one of the houses over there. You never know. And that's one problem with doing this, is you never know who's going to be about. So you've got to keep your wits about you, and just be safe, really. Don't do anything that's stupid. I mean, coming down those steep hills, I've got to get back up them somehow with a belly full of curry and 2 beers down. I've drank 1 beer, just waiting for this chicken to cook through, and then I'm going to drink another beer with the curry. Now this, it's still giving off the fumes, but mosquito landed on my arm a minute ago, so I'm just going to put it down to being shite. Or, you know, I mean, okay, 1 out of however many could have come and eaten me. Possibly it's made a difference, but maybe not. But it's got a good torch on it. I've come to eat your curry. Oh, that's looking good, man. I think I put too much spices in, because mine needed a lot of water. Now, normally I'd put a tin of tomatoes in this, but looking at the volume of it, I'm not going to bother, because I'll be struggling to find something to put it all in. So I'm going to have to eat quite a lot of it, which is nice. But I'm just going to cut open a piece of chicken and see where we're at. It's looking alright to me. Pretty well cooked. Give it another 5 minutes to make sure all those chunkier bits are cooked through, and then we'll get some served up, eaten. Okie dokie, so end of the cook. We've not been inundated by people yet, so I'm assuming we're still good. The curry's ready. Let's have a nosh. And it's still pretty hot, so probably a bad idea, but oh, that's good. Very good. I can hear that noise again. Like a motorbike or vehicle of some sort mooching about. Sounds like it's even coming from that direction or to my left. I did look on Google Maps. The only houses are in that direction, and there's behind me in that direction there's some like businesses. So nice little spot here. Again, I'm not going to share it because I don't want everybody to be coming over here getting themselves into trouble, or potentially getting themselves into trouble. But yeah, Sobia's spice is where this was inspired from, so thank you very much, Sobia. But yeah, that is way better than when I normally do one from scratch. Now, I think because of the volume of how much I had in there, I didn't particularly get the what's his name, the separation in the oil. I've just realised what it might be. People in the cemetery, cars going up and down the track. That's what it could be. But either way, yeah, this is banging Sobia. Really good. The spice mix that you used, the Basar, is it called? I had to Google what that was, and then just kind of made my own version of it. Had all sorts in. Absolutely all sorts. I will list what I put in, but I didn't have any quantities. I just put in what felt good, and it bloody worked. So damn good. Now, curry is my favourite food of all time. You just cannot beat it. And to have something that tastes, I want to say authentic. It's probably the wrong word to use, but where's that other beer gone? Mr. Bumblebee. Here it is. I don't mind bumblebees. They're cautious. They won't attack you. Wasps, on the other hand, they can get gone. And I forgot to pour my beer. Hopefully we'll pour it a bit better this time. But yeah, I would definitely recommend going and checking out Sobia Spice's Instagram feed. I'll put a thing and I'll tag her in on Instagram. Absolutely spiffing. I mean, it's got a mild heat. I use chili powder and 2 dried chilies, blended them down in like it's actually a coffee grinder, but it worked. So my next coffee is going to taste like an Indian restaurant. Get gone. Flipping wasps, man. Or something came over to me and had a good look. So good. It's so good. And the chicken is so moist as well. It slowly cooks in there. So good. Go away, wasp. I'll spray your ass. Not coming at me. This is not a wasp friendly area. Do one. Coming back from war. I think it's gone. Yeah, this insect repellent, not sure. Need to use it a couple more times to see. Now, mosquitoes tend to hang out where people are, or where they know people are going to be. If there's not been any people in here in this woodland for ages, there won't be any mosquitoes. You know? Right, so I'm going to carry on noshing this. I'm going to pack everything away, and then I'm going to do a bit of bushcraft and see if we can get this hobo stove working. That's the plan. Okay, so perfect opportunity to use the thing to charge my watch. It's got 10%, and if I don't charge it, it won't be able to complete this walk that we're on at the moment. So we'll let that charge a little while, and we'll see where we go from there. Hopefully it's going to charge. Yep, it's saying it's charging, which is good. So we'll pop that out of the way so I don't tread on it. And hopefully it's going to carry on doing its repellency thing as well. And I'm going to carry on tidying up, which is here. I made this last week. Was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week. And we're going to see if we can get it to boil some water. If it doesn't work because of whatever reason, I do know that it does cast out a flame. So then I'm going to build a tripod. I'm going to build the tripod anyway, just because I can. And yeah, just a bit of fun really. It might not be what people are interested in, but it's what I'm interested in. And it's good skills to have, to be able to be out somewhere and just make something, you know? So we've got that. I'm going to use the fuel that was left over from this because, again, because I can. Well, there's not actually as much in there as I thought. But then again, we don't want to overdo it and then have loads left over. But then again, I can just tip it back in, can't I? So we'll add a bit more. To make sure we get the proper effect of it. And now on to building the tripod using 3 sticks. So I'm going to cut this one in half, and then I'm going to cut this one to the same length as whatever these ones are, if that makes any sense at all. So got like a folding saw, and I guesstimate half is about there. So and to say this was gifted to me as well by the same person who gave me that bag, that worked pretty well. And yeah, as near as damn it. Now I'm going to chop this one to about the same size as these. There's the score mark. I'll use these as a bit of a ramp. This should be easy anyway because this one's rotten. It's not ideal, but it'll be all right. Right, so that should be that finished with. And I've kind of begrudged carrying it with me because I thought I wasn't going to have time to do this, but hopefully it's going to be pretty quick. So these are some cordage, I believe from a tent, and I kept it because I'm a sucker for not throwing things away, because one day, like today, I'll bloody need it or use it, and it'll save me having to buy some. So just a short piece of cord. We'll make sure it's strong. Yeah, that's nice and strong. And then we're going to put these together like so. Oh, they are a little bit different in size actually. Could probably make that better. I think I should. I'm kind of wishing now that I'd left me flipping my seat up. Oh, sorry, Mr. Spider. I've just unearthed the spider from his little hideout. But I'm going to get down here and I'll try and bring you a bit closer actually so you can see what I'm doing. Now, obviously, this is the first time I've ever tried this, so it might not work. I've watched a few videos on people doing it, and this seemed the easiest way to do it. So, lash it around one and create some sort of knot. I'm not going to go into knots, I know nothing about them. I'm just going to attach it so it's attached. It doesn't need to be perfect. So like that. And then we're just going to go around, like a figure of 8. And again, until we've not got a great deal of cordage left. And I'm going to go under and back round and then under, and then I'm going to tie this off somehow, figure out a way. Again, I do apologise if this isn't your thing, but I've always wanted to try something like this, so I thought, sod it, now's the perfect time. So there we go. And then this centerpiece now, what you do is you just fold it around and it tightens all of that cordage up. And then you should, by rights, if you set these out, have a sturdy tripod. Not 100% sold on it. You know, I wouldn't put my life on it. But just to hang a pot off, that could work. What do you reckon? I need some more cordage, and we need to kind of measure how far up we're going to want the pot. So the hobo stove's going under there, and the length of the pot is there. We only need enough cordage to go around there a few times and then there. So I'm going to guess at about there, which is probably too little. So let's do it again with a bit extra so that we don't have to come back if I've done too little. Then you're going to get your cordage, make some sort of knot. Again, don't shout at me, I'm just having a go. I don't know nothing about knots, but I did say to the dude I'm going to try this, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I mean, yeah, it's not amazing. Will it hold my pot while I cook some grub? Quite possibly. So now we need a stick of some description, and just like that, nature provides. We have said stick. Let me just double check that this is going to work. It might be a bit too big, but we then tie this to this, and again, just skip this bit if you don't want to watch it. Or you can carry on watching and watch me fail. But you don't know unless you try, that's what I say. Like the first time I came out doing this walk, cook, walk business, I didn't know what it was going to be like. But I tell you what, I bloody enjoyed it. So now I do it all the time. Right, that's not looking too good, really, because as it pulls, it's falling like that. What have I done wrong? Well, that might hold it. So we might be in business anyway. And then that should hold that. No. Wrap it around again. No. What am I doing, guys? What am I doing? Have we got it? Have we only gone and got it? Right, don't touch it. We're going to try and light it now and see if we can. First of all, let's put some water in it, because we wanted to see if we could bring some water to the boil in a pinch. Now, I think it's failing because of the knots, and adding this weight might not be a good idea, but we might as well go all in. I won't be drinking this because it's got loads of floaty bits in, but we're just having a go, like, you know, it's a bit of fun. So let's get the ferro rod. Let's get that out of my way now. Right, sorry. We're going to do it a different way. I didn't want to have a fire of any sort, but sometimes you just need that bit of help. That didn't go very well. Right. Oh, that got hot very quick. So when I was watching the video on the hobo stove on the Log Hoppers YouTube channel, theirs seemed to come around the outside. Mine seems to only come up through the top, which is why I've opted for doing it this way. So let's tidy everything up and get all the stuff packed away, because that's necessary while that comes up to the boil. Hopefully it does, just to prove that it works. I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't work. I think it's working. Bloody is. Don't believe it. So carry on packing up instead of laughing smugly. Now, to be fair, it's a lot more crude than I thought it was going to be, but again, the actual pot itself that I made was very crude. The idea behind it is you're mimicking what's inside this. So you've got a well that your fuel sits in on the transier. It's also got a chamber inside, and it's got these tiny little holes. Now, I think this is what that is trying to recreate. Oh shit, that didn't go very well, did it? But we have hot water, so it worked. But now we're going to have things catching fire, so let's get this out of the way. And we'll put this fire out. Or attempt to, anyway. Should go out eventually. But yeah, you could make a cup of coffee out of that. As you can see, it's got steam coming out of it. So I'm mildly impressed. Okay, this wasn't the best. It's so much easier when you watch somebody do something and you think, oh, I could do that. And that's exactly the mentality I have. And that's why we get things like this happening. Oh, bloody hell. Right, so I'm going to finish packing up and then we're going to get out of it. I'm a little bit later than oh, my watch is over there charging. A little bit later than normal, so I do need to get back and get some grub sorted for the kids. But we'll leave no trace. We'll pack all of our stuff with us. Just double check that that's gone out. It has. Yeah, and we'll pack up and we'll get out of here. So normally I'd carry away people's rubbish, but this is private land, so I don't want to take anything away that was already here. You know what I mean? There is litter about. There's beer bottles over there in a bucket where a massive fire pit's been. So I have cleared up everything that belongs to me. There's no trace I was here apart from a wet patch where I've tipped my water out. And yeah, that's a bit of fun. Clearly not as good at bushcraft as I thought I might be, but it comes with practice, doesn't it? So practice, practice, practice. Okay, let's drink this beer, stash the hobo stove in the bag and get gone. I'm not taking the pieces of wood with me. Again, it belongs here, but I have put them over there to come back again another day and have another go, because I'm not one to give up. I am annoyingly persistent. As you can tell by posting my random expeditions, my random cave adventures. Well, this has been brilliant. I've really enjoyed this. It does make me want to find out a bit more about it, how long it's been here, so on and so to speak. I would quite like to go up to the top of it, see if there's a way round at the top there, but don't really want to make myself more visible than I already am. So obviously it's a good thing that we haven't been turfed off. So I'm going to drink this beer and we're going to get gone. See you in the outro. Champion. Okay, so the battery's going to die any second, so hopefully we get to finish this outro. That was maybe one of my favourite walks so far. I really like that we were able to get into the place that I wanted to get into, of course. We didn't come across anybody, so we're all right. I mean, it's the same as wild camping. You know, you're not supposed to do it because you're probably doing it on somebody else's land. But, you know, as long as you leave the place as you found it and you leave no trace, no one will ever know that you're even bloody there, apart from the video that you just recorded of yourself doing it. But again, I'm not going to share the location, not going to share the map while I'm tracking my thing. I'll put the pictures on it, but I'm just not going to share the map because I don't want people coming over from all over the place to have a look. It's obviously it's someone else's land. I shouldn't have been there. I totally understand that. And yeah, I could get into trouble. I could probably still get into trouble because there's proof of me being there. But I had fun. It was bloody worth it. Nice bit of woodland, not that far away from home. I'm on 2.7 miles at the moment, so it's probably about a mile and a half back then ish, because I've been plodding around up and down there. And yeah, I'm going to go home, cook some dinner for the kids, probably have the rest of this curry,
and I'll get this uploaded. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you all soon. Next weekend, no doubt. And what did I have planned for next weekend? I think it was some noodles, souped up noodles by, God and Bennett. Is it Red Swede? Red Swede Outdoors. Really nice chap. I like watching his videos. They're so calm, so mellow. There's no drama. It's just a dude out in the woods cooking on a trangia. And the actual trangia is Swedish. So to see him using it, you know, it just speaks volumes that they absolutely nailed it when they made that stove. Now I'm going to sing its praises, of course I am. I use it and I know how good it is. It is heavy in comparison to some super lightweight stuff, but like I say, I'm not doing massive hikes. I mean, coming back up that sodding hill in them woods, that was a hike. Damn it. But yeah, it was all good fun and I'm still smiling. So yeah, y'all take it easy and I'll see y'all soon.